Welcome back to Strife's Talking Points. This will be episode 4 for the day. I have just come off of lunch, and I was actually watching these two yahoos on CBS News. Excuse me. And I was just dumbfounded by the next, I believe, about 2 minutes. So let's listen, and then I'll kind of go over it as we go.
Reporter Graham Cates and CNET senior producer Dan Patterson.
All right, so that's CNET senior producer Dan Patterson, and this is a CBS reporter. So
joins us here. So Graham, I want to talk to you first. This video, the manifesto, clearly it was meant to reach a wide audience.
Yeah, that's definitely what it looks like. It wasn't just the posting the link where he said you can watch this live, but it was the style of writing in what we're calling the manifesto. It's indicative of a kind of post that's popular, for lack of a better word, in the troll community of the far right. We can't actually
immediately blame trolls and go for it.
Actually say what that type of post is called because it has an obscenity in the name, but it had all
a shit post.
The hallmarks of this, and this is kind of posting a massive amount of content, much of which is kind of ironic, but you'd only get the irony if you were in that community.
So he's immediately taking this dude's manifesto and the murder of 49 people as a shit post. I really don't think that man has any idea how to do his job, and I honestly don't think he should be doing a job.
And it's supposed to evoke emotional responses in people, and that the people who get the irony get to laugh at the people who have had emotional responses to it. And in this case,
he's referring to trolling people. You say something mildly offensive or edgy, and you get to watch people freak out. That is not what this is. He posted a manifesto, and then he went and murdered 49 people. Possibly he and some others. I believe now there's up to 3 people arrested over this. So everything he just said there is incorrect, is false, is a lie. Just everything.
The things that are supposed to evoke the emotional responses, his manifesto had references to people and events and leaders and countries all over the world. In essence, essentially driving headlines in different places in all the corners of the world so that he was able to control the narrative.
No. That guy is still controlling the narrative. CBS has bought in, dove in head first, and I'll go ahead and tell you now that CBS is who I normally watch because they tend to be more fair and balanced. But just watching this, I mean, they had the ADL on, so of course I was looking up stuff on ADL. They're always talking about, you know, out of 50 deaths, extremists, 50 murders from extremists, all were right wing. 50 deaths of 20,000 murders in the U.S. Can be attached to right-wing extremism, which would lead me to believe that right-wing extremism is a minor cause of death in the U.S., 50 out of 20,000, but never mind. It's a whole other story.
In some ways, to his own mass murder. And then when his community, his friends on the internet watch this coverage around the world, they can kind of chuckle at us falling for this post that he made.
Now, he's just doing exactly what this man wanted him to. He has taken this post, doesn't understand it. He's immediately attacking anyone on the internet who makes edgy posts, comedy, anything that mildly offends people. And he is attaching that group of people, hundreds of millions of people, to a mass murderer in a terrorist attack. That's what this man here, the CBS reporter, just did.
I want to ask you, Dan, you know, apparently he shouted, "Subscribe to Pewdiepie" at one point. What is that?
There you go. Subscribe to Pewdiepie. A meme on the internet now coming full circle to CBS News to attack Pewdiepie.
What does that mean?
So Pewdiepie is one of the world's top YouTubers. Now, he has disavowed...
No, he is the world's top YouTuber as far as a independent creator. T-Series, the people he's competing with, are a music channel in India. So this guy just misstated what's going on.
This attack. But to understand this slogan, you need to understand the meta. And by meta, I mean...
To understand the slogan of subscribe to Pewdiepie, it is an internet joke where a whole group of internet people and creators are saying subscribe to Pewdiepie, beat T-Series as a joke. There's no other layers to it. It's subscribe to Pewdiepie, don't subscribe to T-Series so that PewDiePie, an independent creator, can stay on top since he's been with YouTube forever.
Multiple layers. The superficial layer is simply
CNET. This man works for CNET. He is a CNET senior producer. Dan Patterson, remember his name. He probably doesn't understand anything, and his livelihood is completely tied on bringing down YouTube and alternative media.
a competition between PewDiePie and a rival channel. Many of his supporters were saying, hey, let's beat this rival channel. However, in 2017, PewDiePie was linked to anti-Semitic statements. The Wall Street Journal did a number of reports about,
all of which were proven fake and trolls. The Wall Street Journal had to retract most of their stuff, and all of this has been proven false.
his statements. And since then, the rallying cry, subscribe to PewDiePie, has served as a rallying cry for white nationalists who also rally around PewDiePie.
Did you hear that? Subscribe to PewDiePie is now a white nationalist thing. So is everything else in the world, if they can find a way to make it white nationalist thing. It isn't, it never was, and hopefully it never will be. But there we go with Dan making up stuff on live TV.
Now, once again, the YouTuber has said, look, I disavow these white nationalists. However, that rallying cry has served as a magnet to his channel.
No, it has not. Subscribe to PewDiePie has rallied people. There have been subscribe to PewDiePie in India and Arab world, everywhere. It's a very popular hashtag. It's a meme. It's a joke, but subscribe to PewDiePie.
You know, the thing is, guys, there's so many platforms out there now with social media, right? So how do you counter?
How do you counter? Mainstream media, right now there are 300 people watching this. There were 2,500 when it was live. I'm sorry, I was eating and then I watched this and I had to come back to this. This is what is going on in the world.
That many of these social platforms were built for speed and virality as opposed to safety and to double-check content.
They were built for freedom of expression, freedom of speech, and merit-based stuff. If you make good content, I would hope one day that I'm able to make good content and get past a handful of subscribers and actually get messages out there and have breakdown on the news and stuff for people. That's what YouTube was built for. That's what all these platforms were built for. They weren't built for large corporate interests to put enough money into it to have their views, their stances espoused. They were built for people, for freedom of information, to help people express themselves.
Everyone kind of benefits from this system, certainly the technology companies, but us as users as well. Media companies benefit from viral posts that are intended to be a normal post, like a news post. However, many people have been able to kind of figure out how the algorithms work and what causes people to click and share content. So we're in a very challenging situation.
Now, what's funny is YouTube's own internal investigation of this proved that there are much more people on the left or people on the right being pulled into left-leaning content than there is people on the left being pulled into right-leaning content. And there are a massive amount of more left-leaning creators, far left-leaning creators on YouTube. Just people don't like the content as much, so they don't get the viral nature of some of the other stuff, which I've only been watching PewDiePie for 3 months, maybe. Look up whenever the subscribe to PewDiePie came out, and that's probably when I got in there, because honestly, I always thought he was some weird thing my son watched. Anyway, yeah, but that's it. The subscribe to PewDiePie
and a rival channel. Many of his supporters were saying, hey, let's beat this rival channel.
Hear it one more time.
However, in 2017, PewDiePie was linked to anti-Semitic statements. The Wall Street Journal did a number of reports about his statement.
Not PewDiePie links. Someone who wrote subscribe to PewDiePie or something like that on a place And I'm pretty sure this was the place that had, yeah, you just can't. So it's so hard to understand these people.
Since then, the rallying cry, subscribe to Pewdiepie, has served as a rallying cry for white nationalists who...
No, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you all for watching. This man here, Dan Patterson at CNET, said enough times that what he was saying didn't matter and wasn't true that he can hopefully not get sued by Pewdiepie. But right there is the face of a liar and someone who really should not work in digital media or any type of industry like that. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a great day.